It's Barbra Streisand's birthday, so obviously I watched a Barbra Streisand movie, and this is one that was on Filmstruck. It's also on the Yves Montand theme. This is Vincente Minnelli's On a Clear Day You Can See Forever. It's from 1970. It's based on a 1965 stage play by the same name with a screenplay by Alan J. Lerner of Lerner and Lowe, except that he's not partnered with Lowe in this film. It's Burton Lane does the score. So this is a crazy 2-hour film that at one point they wanted it to be like 3-hour roadshow, and Barbra was like, let's do it. And then the studio was like, cool your heels, it's 1970, we can't do this anymore. It's a really strange film, quasi-inspired by Berkeley Square, if you've ever seen that Leslie Howard film. But essentially, Yves Montand is a psychiatrist who can do hypnosis, among other things. Barbra is a woman who is a bit clairvoyant, but also has a smoking problem, and she needs help getting rid of it because she's engaged to this total pinhead who is about to get a job with like a research company or something, and she has to be the perfect woman in order to marry him and be his wife and work in this crazy company. So she goes to his class. She tries to get him to help her while trying to try to hypnotize her not to smoke anymore because she smokes 5 packs a day. He discovers that she's the reincarnation of a lady from 18th century London. And he kind of starts to fall in love with this lady while Daisy, outside of hypnosis, starts to fall in love with him. Meanwhile, her ex-stepbrother, played by Jack Nicholson, has shown up. Apparently, there's a few scenes, including the musical number with Jack Nicholson, that got cut. And I'm like, someone find that thing and bring it back to us. So that's the plot. You have psychiatrist, you have clairvoyant, you have reincarnation, you have a stuffy school trying to tell Yves Montand that like he's a quack and that he can't do this if he wants to keep teaching there, and you have a woman torn between 2 men, although she shouldn't really be torn by any of them because Yves Montand's great and the other guy is a clear bonehead, and her ex-stepbrother is Jack Nicholson, so really it should just be Jack Nicholson, but what are you going to do? It's very 60s. It also has beautiful costumes by Cecil Beaton. It's his last film that he did costumes for. The parts that are very 60s are very 60s. The parts that are like a period piece are beautiful and everything you want from like a lush musical period piece. The songs are some of her best in terms of vocal range. Yves Montand's voice is already starting to go a little bit, so it's his singing isn't as good as it was back in the day. All in all, I really enjoyed this film. I don't know that I will remember it much in the coming days. There's not much that was too memorable, except the scene where she's singing to herself, and one version of her and the other version of her are in one version of her where the chair is wearing a dress that matches the chair, and then the version of her in the bed is wearing a nightgown that matches her bedding. I will remember that for a long time because that's really awesome, and I wish I could be that matchy-matchy. It's a beautiful, lush musical, and people who love beautiful, lush musicals will enjoy this film. People who love Barbra Streisand will enjoy this film because it's Barbra Streisand. She's fantastic. It's the parts that are from the 60s are very 60s. Even though it came out in 1970, you can tell it was filmed in the 60s. You can tell it's from the 60s. And it is what it is, you know? But I enjoyed it. So you can watch it on Filmstruck right now, and I think it's available maybe from Warner Archive Collection as well. I feel like I remember seeing it on DVD. But you can definitely find it around if you don't have Filmstruck. And let's see. Yeah, Minnelli made one more film after this, and then he was out. So I loved this film, actually. It was enjoyable. It's just so beautiful, and I just love Barbra Streisand so much. So this is Vincente Minnelli's On a Clear Day You Can See Forever. I enjoyed it.